All right. Thought I'd start recording this time before I even let Craig into the Zoom. Here we go. Here he comes. Oh my gosh. There he is. There he is.
Hey!
Craig's on the Zoom, and we're already recording. The episode has already begun.
Oh my God. Waste no time. Mr. On the Ball Greg, they call you.
This is my Christmas gift to you. Merry Christmas, Craig Benjamin. Is it Benjamin? Craig Benjamin, right?
This is the lamest Christmas gift I have ever received.
This is my gift. Listen, my gift to you is the gift of not waiting to begin an episode. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. My name is Greg Benson. This is my guest today, Craig Benjamin. It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Greg,
yeah.
I know you're expecting me to react in some way, and I just want to say that everything you said is correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm talking about lettuce.
Look at my coffee mug. This is a nice visual topic of conversation. Okay, so you see how it, like, the paint is all worn off in this one part of the mug.
Yeah, I see that.
Are you listening to me at all, Greg?
Everyone can see that. Yeah.
Okay, and then if you turn it around, then there's another little spot where the paint is. It's where I hold it. It's where I hold it.
Oh, I thought that's kind of where you just sort of rub it in your on your private area.
No, do you think that's what people do with the?
Well, no, I just know that when you rub your private area on something, it tends to wear away the paint of that particular something.
Okay. I don't know if I want to pursue further, but I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I guess that's probably what happens.
Man,
by the way, my name's Craig Benzine, not Craig Benjamin. Greg.
I thought your Christmas gift to me was you were just going to agree with the things that I was saying today. I thought that was going to be your Christmas gift to me.
It could be if you want me to from now on.
That would be preferable.
You want me to just agree with that?
No. Listen, then we wouldn't have a show. I think if we did that, we wouldn't have a show.
That's probably true. That's the one shtick we have.
Do you know what we ought to remember to do is that this, we recorded these about 2 to 3 weeks before they actually go up online to the public. We ought to remember a couple of weeks ago to do a Christmas episode so that when people listen to the episode this week, it's the Christmas episode instead of us talking about how it's now 2 days before Christmas. Tomorrow night is Christmas Eve, and they're listening to it the week of January 8th.
I seem to recall 2 weeks ago trying to talk about Christmas with you. And
that was too early, though. I mean,
who
wants to talk about Christmas 2 weeks ago?
Adamantly refusing to care at all.
Because who wants to talk about Christmas when it's not yet Christmas? It's like when popular music artists record a Christmas album, they're usually recording it like in June, for release that December.
Yeah.
And who can get in a Christmas mood in June? Do you ever listen to Christmas music?
This is why you're not a
June?
popular R&B artist or whatever.
Oh, I didn't say R&B, but if you want to make it all about R&B, you go right ahead. If you want to,
what did you say?
I just said if you're a popular recording artist.
Oh, whatever.
Man, look at you, boy! You really rubbed your private area on that cup a lot. I saw there's a whole area that you rubbed that paint right off.
Well, no, Greg, just holding the mug with my hands. That's all. That's no private area rubbing. Actually.
I feel like now you're just trying to cover. I feel like you're trying to cover up. I feel like, look, look. No, see, I hold it with my hand right here. That's why I hold it right here with my hand.
If I rubbed this on my private area, Greg.
Yes.
I would not have pointed it out. I would have kept it hidden or used a different mug.
So what you're saying is you have a special mug that you use just for your private area.
No. I'm not saying that at all. No.
I think you are. I think that's what you're trying to tell everyone right now.
I don't have a red mug that is.
Oh, I never said it was red. Okay, so all right, so okay. I feel like something's coming out here because I never said it was red. We hadn't talked about the color.
Oh, you didn't say the color?
So your dick mug.
You said red. You said red.
Your dick mug is a red mug, is what you're saying. That's your dick mug. By the way, Dick Mug is the name of this episode.
I don't know. I don't know if that should be the name of the
It is,
episode.
though.
I think that might raise some flags on
Would it?
on YouTube.
You can't just call a video Dick Mug.
I don't. Well, I guess Dick is a name, so I don't know.
How about Crotch Mug? Can we call it Crotch Mug?
I mean, we could, but I feel like YouTube's they're gonna throttle the views. They're gonna throttle the crotch a little.
Oh man! So instead of getting 200 views, we'll get only 157 views.
Yeah, Greg, we're growing. We're growing.
Oh my God! So you're a grower, is what you're saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying that.
Okay. All right.
No, I was talking
We're
about
learning,
you. Well,
we're learning a lot about you and your crotch mug.
The YouTube channel. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, I see. I got you.
I put up. There's 2 more shorts up there now.
Oh my gosh,
And
it's so great.
There's
Which
be
is
another one
funny
tomorrow
because
and another one the next day.
It's wild because it's such cold weather. This seems like a weird time of year to put up shorts, but
I
mean,
I knew when I said the word shorts. I knew when I said every time I say a word, I analyze the possible misinterpretation that could happen.
Is that what we do on this show?
That is what you do. That is what you do.
Oh man. Okay. I mean, if that's
Do you know
if
what
that's
the
it is.
temperature is here right now?
119,000.
No, you don't understand temperature, do you? I feel like this is a
I'll just
lost cause, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
I'll round it up. I'll round it up to 100. Huh?
negative 10 degrees Fahrenheit.
So wait, that's the temperature. That is not that's not the wind chill.
No, the wind chill with wind chill, it's negative 32.
Now, why don't you record this episode outside? Like, if you've got some special weather, I think that maybe you would go outside to do a special weather episode.
You think? I should?
You know how, like, when there's like a hurricane and they always send news reporters out to like stand in the hurricane, just so you know, oh, there really is a hurricane. Like, because if they didn't have reporters standing out there, you wouldn't really know that they're really. So I don't think I'll believe that it really is 10 below unless you stand out there and we can actually see your beard freeze.
You know what, Greg? I can't really do that now because I have all this equipment here, carrying my laptop, and I wouldn't be able to hook up this microphone.
Yeah.
So what we should do?
Yeah.
Grab my phone.
Okay.
And record something after we're done, and then you edit that into this.
Don't go outside. I don't want to lose you. You walk outside in negative 10. I don't know if you know this, but when it's negative 10 and the wind chill is negative 32, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Then you'll actually die in under 4 seconds when it's that cold.
Is that true?
You have
4 seconds.
You have 4 seconds to live if you walk outside.
I just saw a neighbor get into their car and drive away.
There must be
not too long ago.
Must be a dead neighbor.
It took them at least 7 seconds to get to their car.
Who the hell is going to go to their car and drive when it's negative 10? Where are they going? Oh,
People
you know
have
what?
Jobs, Greg.
I'm just gonna go. I need to go do a little Christmas shopping. I gotta go buy some sweaters.
Some people have jobs. Some people have like crucial jobs.
No, not on a day when it's 10 degrees below.
Especially
0.
like what about ambulance workers and
no one has emergencies because no one's going outside on a day like this.
I feel like a day like today would be a day of emergencies.
No, there are no emergencies when it's this cold. It's too cold for emergencies.
Okay, what's the temperature there?
Yesterday it was like 72.
Ooh.
Yeah, I went for a walk in the neighborhood.
Sounds a little too perfect.
I almost had to wear long sleeves because it was a little breezy. Almost had to wear a long sleeve T-shirt.
The wind chill is what gets you. That's what gets you.
No, I'll actually look up. Look, it's we're recording this at my time, 10 till 10 in the morning, and the weather right now in Los Angeles is 59 degrees. Today, can you see what the high is today though? I nailed it. High of 72 today.
Wow. Seems a little rough. Out there.
Yeah, but look, the low was 46. So in the middle of the night, at like 3 in the morning, it hits the low. It was 46. So if I walked out, I would have had to put on a jacket.
Oh, my God.
I know. Wow. I mean, can you imagine?
Yeah, but it was really hot there for a while. So
yeah,
up yours.
I know, but I really like the hot weather, though. You know why? Because then you jump in a swimming pool and it feels good. Yeah. So what else you got? Huh? You want to come at me? Come at me, bro.
We should move.
Do you think "come at me, bro" would be a good gay pickup line?
It depends on context, I think.
Like if you're just like in a gay bar and you walk up and you're like, "Hey, come at me, bro."
No, that wouldn't be. No, that wouldn't be good.
You don't
I
think
feel like
so?
that's a little too forward. That's a little too bold.
I mean, how do you know? I mean, I just watched I watched the movie Bros.
Unless you are like some sort of Greek god. Unless you're built like some sort of Greek god.
Yeah.
And
which I am.
No.
I watched the movie Bros. You know, that is a gay romantic comedy. It was a very funny movie, and apparently, what I learned from that movie is that gay sexual relationships are apparently much different than straight sexual relationships. That's what I learned from that movie.
I haven't seen the movie.
You should see the movie. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like Billy Eichner.
Yeah, he's
Billy Leichner, if you will.
Billy Leichner. I see what you did there. What you did was you added an L to his last name to make the like sound because you like him.
Yeah, you understood it.
Do you like him or do you just like him?
You're just saying that because he's gay, Greg.
I know, but I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how gay you are. I mean, everybody's gay like on a little bit of a scale to 1 to 10. Everybody's like a little bit gay. There's nobody who's like zero gay.
I don't have a sexual attraction to Billy Eichner.
Yeah.
I enjoy his entertainment.
Yeah. So you're like maybe like a 2 out of 10?
I don't know that I could number. I feel very straight. I don't feel an attraction to the same gender as me at all.
Except,
well, a friendship. I feel a little bit of friendship with you.
For those of you who are just listening, I'm pointing to myself right now. I'm pointing to myself.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
if
by the way,
I did feel any attraction, I would tell you, but I just don't, Greg. I wish I had a little bit of gay in me.
I know,
but
well,
I don't. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you might later. We'll see.
Okay.
So look, I don't know. Okay. So here's the deal.
Yeah.
I don't mean to scare anybody who's watching this on video. Like, what the hell's on Greg's hand? But I did rub off some skin. On one of those big inflatable slides recently. Just last week, I went to a party. My sons went to a birthday party, and I went with them, and they had a big inflatable slide. And I rode down, and apparently when you do it, you're not supposed to put your hands behind your back to rest, because then as you slide down, it just rubs the skin right off of your hand. You're not supposed to do that.
That happens every time?
Well, I mean, I only did that once.
Okay.
Because I learned a lesson about not putting my hands behind my back.
Okay. This seems like very useful information that will apply to a lot of people.
I just want to tell everybody, because everybody's got kids. Everybody goes to kids' birthday parties. There's always an enormous 50-foot inflatable slide at these things. Yeah. And I just wanted to let them know. Hey, listen, can we talk about something important? I know that this is a lettuce podcast, and we're not supposed to talk about other naturally grown foods like fruits and vegetables. But can we talk a little bit about blueberries? And I'm not going to go deep, like have a deep conversation.
Bothered by what.
Well, I'm upset because there's something that's been bothering me about blueberries. Most people.
I like blueberries. I think they're a good fruit. They're one of my favorites. Actually,
I'm not disputing that. I have blueberries.
You know what I love?
What?
Blueberry pie.
Oh, well, sure. Well, that's delicious. I'm not disputing that blueberries are delicious.
I actually found my thrill on Blueberry Hill.
Okay, now I don't believe that. I think that that's a song, and I think that what you're doing is you're quoting Fats Domino. Yeah, and there's a guy named Fats Domino. He called him Fats because he was very overweight, and apparently he aided in him not living a long life. That's what happens sometimes when you're very overweight. Anyway, enough about Fats Domino.
Okay.
I don't know if his last name was even Domino. I don't know if he was using either of his real names. Fats or Domino both sound like made-up names.
That's what they do. That's what they do. They changed it. You can't believe anything. You can't believe anything these days.
It was probably like Clarence Jones or something like that. And they're like, no one's going to buy a 45 by Clarence Jones. But you say Blueberry Hill.
Actually.
Blueberry Hill by Clarence Jones. I'm not buying it.
Clarence Jones actually sounds like a fake name, too. I feel like that would work. Yeah.
The guy who used to repair our air conditioning when I was a kid was named Clarence Jones, and so I just thought of that name, and that's my little tip of the hat to air conditioning repairman Clarence Jones from Dallas, Texas. We miss you, Clarence.
Good name. You probably hired him because of his name.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, he had that great hit, Blueberry Hill. I don't know if you ever heard that, but he had that hit, and then he repaired air conditioners after that.
Greg, you just said Blueberry Hill was Fats Domino.
Well, that's what they called him.
Anyway, what do you have to say about blueberries?
Here's the thing about blueberries that bugs me. Like I think most people know that blueberries don't have a face, right? So you eat a blueberry and you're like, okay, this blueberry's delicious. It doesn't have a face. That's what I'd say every time I have blueberries. But why in the world don't they? I mean, they should call them faceless blueberries because why would you risk? Why would you risk confusing customers, like confusing the average blueberry buyer by not pointing out that these are faceless blueberries?
Okay, Greg.
Yes. Yeah.
What can you name? Name all the other foods, non
other fruits and stuff. I mean, you got faceless raspberries, you got faceless blackberries.
Name all the ones that have faces. Name all the other ones that have faces.
Okay, all right. Sometimes potatoes have eyes,
Okay. That's not a face, though.
Yep. I mean, the song, I knew that Billy Idol song, Eyes Without a Face. This is, I mean, that's basically, it's a song about a potato.
That's the opposite.
No, it's a song about a potato.
Well, it's not the opposite, I guess. Eyes Without a Face.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a song about but that's
still
not a face.
Potato.
But that's
eyes without a face.
But
going
even
to
in that title,
a white wedding.
Okay.
And I like to hear a rebel yell. You remember that song? That was a good song about the potato.
You switched over to Billy Idol there, but
that was Billy Idol, wasn't it? Didn't I say Billy Idol?
Yeah. Oh, did you say Billy Idol?
I said Billy Idol, didn't I? Eyes Without a Face.
Oh, maybe you did. I'm really mishearing things today. I heard Billy Joel in my head. Anyway,
my name is Billy Joel.
Yeah.
And I've got eyes without a face.
It's a lot of. It's going to be really exhausting to have all that extra lip movement when you sing.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah. That's the thing. When you're Billy Idol, there's just a lot of extra lip movement.
Yeah,
he did.
But now, anyway,
he did have a lip thing.
In that title, it says without a face, so there's no face there. So what else? So name me a food that has a face.
Look, I didn't come here to name foods with faces. Okay, I did not come here to name foods with faces. You want me to name foods with faces? Okay, how about this? How about this?
I was gonna say.
How about this? A cow.
Yes, I was gonna say not animal-based food, a non-animal-based food.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Fish.
That's an animal. A fish
is not an animal.
Oh, okay.
It's not. A fish is not an animal.
So, just pick in the vegan diet.
Yeah.
What's a food that has a face in the vegan diet?
Pancakes. You have two little chocolate chip eyes.
Yeah.
Little banana slices for mouth.
Okay, what would you call that then?
Call it pancake face.
You'd call it a pancake face.
Pancake face.
Yeah.
Hey kids, I'm your vegan mom. Do you want pancake face this morning? That's what vegan moms say.
So when it doesn't have that face,
by the way,
it?
Pancake Face is also a really good name for this podcast episode.
It's a good band name. There's a band called Cheek Face that I just heard recently, a newer band.
I love Cheek Face. I listen to Cheek
Face
all the time.
You've never heard them.
I listen to them. I was just listening to them. I'm listening to them in my headphones right now.
Oh, really?
I love this song. Yeah.
Yeah. How's it go?
Hey, we're Cheek Face.
You're going to include the name of the band in it, aren't you?
We're Cheek Face and we sing songs. Yeah, we're Cheek Face. I love this song. It's a great song.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is one of our songs. Cheek Face.
I haven't heard that one, actually.
Cheek Face. Cheek Face is the name of our band. Hey, everybody, what's that at the end of our arm? It is a hand. You know how songs rhyme?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that part of the song still?
Yeah, it is.
You know how songs rhyme, they say?
Oh,
Yeah.
no. No, that's the talking part of the song.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, everybody, you know how songs rhyme? I like the talking part. You don't really have songs with talking parts anymore. I'm not counting rap as part of it.
Don't you? I feel like you do.
I don't really know. I mean, it's there's something that's so overly earnest about the talking part. You know, like if it's like this beautiful song that's going along and then all of a sudden it's like, hey everybody, don't give up.
I guess you don't have that.
Think about the one you love. Don't you know it's Christmas? You know, I mean, all those things. Man.
It sounds a little preachy. I feel like nobody wants these days. People are more sensitive to being preached to.
Oh, I'm so with you. I'm so with you.
Yeah,
and that's why I don't want to have to preach about why something should be called faceless blueberries. I mean, it's obvious blueberries do not have a face, and they should be called faceless. And I rest my case. That's the end. That's the end of that conversation.
I don't feel like I want to say faceless blueberries every time I'm referring to blueberries.
So what are you just going to take a chance that somebody's going to give you blueberries with a face?
Yes, I'm willing to take that risk. I'm willing to, and in the name of convenience of just being able to say blueberries instead of faceless blueberries.
Okay, now faceless blueberries sound delicious. Now I want some of those. I don't want blueberries with a face. I want faceless blueberries because you know what? Because I don't want my food staring at me while I'm eating it.
Yeah, I want you to conduct an experiment and come back to me in like a month.
Okay.
Only refer to faceless blueberries as blueberries, and then see what happens after a month. See how often you get faceless blueberries without specifying.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I will. I promise you, I will do that experiment. 1 month later. Hey, Craig. Oh,
Hi.
man, I did that experiment. Do you remember how a month ago you told me to do that experiment about blueberries?
No. Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah. That was a while ago. I forgot.
I spent the past month just calling them blueberries. And only about 30% of the time I got blueberries with faces. The rest of the time, they were faceless.
Can you describe the situations in which the blueberries had a face? Like how did that happen?
Well, I've been eating a lot of those mushrooms. You know those. Magic mushrooms.
Faceless mushrooms?
No, magic mushrooms. And I noticed a correlation every time I had those magic mushrooms, and I would eat blueberries. The blueberries would have faces.
Listen, Greg,
and they would say things like, "We're going to kill you in your sleep, Greg Benson."
Okay.
And I was like, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
Just go take a nap, Greg Benson.
Okay, listen.
My God.
Listen. Okay, two things. Two quick things. One, you're aware of what magic mushrooms do, right? You're aware of what they do to your brain.
They are delicious mushrooms. That's all
you
I
eat them for the taste.
For the flavor? Absolutely. Because I love things that are bitter and horrible.
They make you hallucinate. But okay, number two. Let's take another month experiment. Okay. Now you can call them faceless blueberries.
Okay.
And continue, taking your mushrooms however often you want to. Mm-hmm. And discover that indeed, my theory is that you will still get blueberries that have faces if you're taking your mushrooms, even if you ask for faceless blueberries.
Don't listen to him, Craig. He's trying to trick you. Don't you listen to your friend, Craig.
My name is Greg.
Don't listen to him, Craig.
Greg, you're saying this stuff. You're saying all of this. This whole conversation you're having right now.
He's going to tell you we don't even have faces. He's going to tell you it's in your mind, Craig. He's going to tell you it's in your mind.
That thing you're hearing right now, Greg, that is you talking.
Just
that is you
talking.
talking.
Sleep, Craig.
You're talking into the mic, and you're referring to yourself as Craig,
never
which
mind
is very
the
confusing
knife.
for me.
Never mind the knife in my hand, Craig. I'm not going to cut your head off, Craig.
Oh, Jesus. Oh God!
Oh.
Listen. That does it. From now on, I'm only
Okay.
eating faceless blueberries. I really feel like this was a horrible experiment. And
Okay, Greg.
yeah,
I do think you're still going to get blueberries with faces.
no,
So,
I
think
honestly, I do not want them. I find them horrifying.
I understand, but if you keep taking mushrooms, it'll happen regardless of what you refer to the blueberries. That's my point.
Speaking of horrifying,
Yeah.
it is now time for the special Christmas edition of the Patreon bonus talking that are only the special bonus minutes only for the best people in the world. Starting now.
This portion of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce has been edited out for your listening inconvenience. If you wish to hear the complete, unedited version with the bonus talking, be sure to visit patreon.com/Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. And now, back to the edited, not as good version of the podcast.
That's the end of the Patreon-only bonus talking section. Oh, it was very special for Christmas. And let me tell you something. We talked a little bit before we started the Patreon bonus section, and I did refer to those Patreon peeps as the finest people in the world, or the best people in the world. Which, listen, I don't mean to offend any of you who only listen to the podcast or watch it on YouTube, because you know those of you who are not giving us $3. I mean, look, I know $3 is an awful lot of money, and you know we don't have ads, real ads on this podcast. But I just want to say that you're also my favorite people. You're also the best people.
Okay. Wow, Greg. Wow.
Yeah, and that's how I feel for sure. I feel that way about you. You're the
What's
best.
happening?
You're also really good people.
You're folding in on yourself, Greg. What's happening? What's happening? How is I've never seen someone.
You're folding in on yourself. Oh my gosh.
I've never seen someone disappear in front of me like that.
I want to say,
Wow.
look, I want to apologize to anyone who's watching the YouTube stream, because I just realized my sweater is on a little askew. Like there's more T-shirt on this side than on this side, and I'm gonna try to rectify that.
Yeah.
Okay. I fixed it.
Thank God I didn't want to say anything, because I can be accused of being a little too critical of you. So.
Yeah. Well, you are. You're very critical of me.
I didn't want to say anything about your shirt, but thank God, because that was terrible. I'm
gonna stand up, just because I never stand up during this podcast, but I want to be able to show our viewers on YouTube what the sweater looks like.
Okay. All right. Wow, that looks great. Yep. Thank you for doing some content that will encourage people to check out our YouTube channel. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's a great. This is great podcast content right here. Yeah, he's displaying his shirt, and his pants, and I don't know what's happening right now. I don't know why he's doing this.
Oh, that was good stuff. I mean, for those of you who couldn't see it, boy, did you miss out on quality content.
Yeah. Hey, Greg.
Yeah, what's up?
Listen, I search lettuce news sometimes.
Oh, thank God.
And
I was hoping you would.
Yeah. The first thing that came up this time
was
can dogs eat romaine lettuce?
Ken dolls? Ken dolls eat romaine lettuce?
No. Can dogs
Ken dolls.
eat?
Yeah, like Barbie's boyfriend, Ken doll. The Ken doll.
No.
Yeah. Ken dolls.
Ken dolls.
Ken dolls. Ken dolls eat romaine lettuce.
No, you get an idea in your head about what I'm saying, and you force it in there. You force it to stay. No matter what evidence suggests otherwise.
Can I just say one thing, Craig? I had no idea that Ken dolls eat romaine lettuce. I mean,
they do, and I brought this up because have you seen the trailer for the new Barbie movie?
No, I haven't.
There's a new Barbie movie.
Who plays Barbie? Seth Rogen?
Margot Robbie.
Oh, well, no, that's a much better casting idea. Seth
I
Rogen
think so.
would have been
Yeah,
inappropriate casting.
But you would have cast him if you were the casting director.
I would have cast. I mean, personally, I would have cast Seth Rogen. When I think Barbie, I
Yeah.
think Seth Rogen.
But you know now that would have been a terrible choice.
It probably would have been a bad choice.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
in the past week, I have watched 2 movies with Seth Rogen.
Yeah. Yeah, you have.
Yeah, he came over to the house and we watched 2 movies together. It was
Oh
a
my
lot
God.
of fun.
You know
A lot of
Seth
fun.
Rogen?
No,
didn't know you were
I
friends with
just
Seth
invited him
Rogen.
over to watch a couple movies.
Oh, but you don't know him?
No,
You
I'm
just-
sorry. What I meant to say was I watched 2 movies that star Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen?
Oh.
Is that his name? Roben.
Seth Rogen, yes.
Roben. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound right. Seth Rogen.
Seth.
So
Greg.
saw 2 movies with Seth Rogen.
Well, Greg,
Yeah.
yes, I know you saw The Fablemans, and he did a great job
Yeah.
in The Fablemans.
And the Barbie movie. And both of them were really good.
No, the Barbie movie isn't out yet, and I don't think he's in it.
I'm pretty sure he is.
He could be, but
Pretty sure it's
you
the
know,
Barbie
here's the
movie
interesting
starring
thing
Seth Rogen.
You should check out the trailer, Greg. I think
Yes.
it's a parody of 2001,
Is it?
but it's yes, and the movie is directed by Greta Gerwig.
Oh, well, okay. Now that sounds interesting. I'll totally see
Yes.
that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
totally. Yeah, I will totally see that. I enjoyed the Fablemans, and then because Christmas is approaching, not for you listeners, of course. Christmas is already gone, and you're already sad that Christmas is over. But we're happy because Christmas is coming up, and we're so excited because we're going to get amazing presents. It's all about the presents.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that my wife gives me 7 Teslas. That's what I'm hoping for, because I would never buy one myself.
but why do you need? Okay, why wouldn't you buy one?
What were you about to ask? Why do you need 7 Teslas?
Well, I'm going to get there, but first I want to know why you wouldn't buy one, but you want any amount.
Okay, why I wouldn't buy one is because like in the last episode where we talked all about what's the guy's name? Elon Musk, the guy who invented the
Yeah.
Musk scent.
Yeah.
I don't want to support Elon Musk. I think that guy's fucking nuts.
Yeah, well, that's why we have a Volkswagen ID4 EV. Not the sponsor of this podcast, by the way.
How much did we get for
But-
that sponsorship, for that Volkswagen
$8
shout out?
million.
Wow.
And they wanted us to say it wasn't a sponsor, which is illegal. But
Man, I tell you something. That $8 million
yeah.
is a drop in the bucket for what they owed for lying to people about Volkswagen emissions a couple of years ago. Do you remember that?
That's true.
That is
Yeah.
I mean, $8
Yeah.
million's a drop. Like they could sponsor this podcast for $8 million. They obviously have
Yeah.
money to burn.
yes, you bring up an interesting point, which is that no company is good.
That's true.
But Elon Musk is the more in-your-face company owner or CEO.
Isn't it weird that
But-
we used to have a pretty high, I think, opinion of like Tesla and Elon Musk, and then he just started showing his true colors, and you're like, this guy's a fucking nutbag. He is a bag of nuts.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, why would you want 7 Teslas? Why would you want one if you don't want them? And why would you want 7?
Okay, I don't want
Yeah.
one. I want
Yeah.
7. Okay, I don't want one Tesla. I want 7. And the
Okay.
reason why I want 7 Teslas, I can't believe I have to spell this out for you, Craig. It's so obvious. The
Okay.
reason why I want 7
I think you're
Teslas.
stalling.
No.
Figure out why.
No.
Okay, all right,
The
okay.
reason why I
Yeah.
want 7 Teslas for Christmas. Hang on a second. Let me just have a little water here.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Why? Greg? Greg, you're wasting time here.
Hang on a second.
I'm a busy man, Greg. I'm an important man. I gotta go do things.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Oh my God.
All right, look, it's very obvious. The reason why I want 7 Teslas is so I can sell 7 Teslas. That's why.
Okay.
Can you just
All right.
imagine how much money you could make by selling 7 brand new Teslas?
That's true. Well, why not just one? Why does it have to be 7? It seems
Because
like a risk.
if you have 7 Teslas, you're going to make 7 times the amount of money selling them as if you look, it's simple math.
Yeah,
if you
but
sell
you're
one.
But you're
Let's say you sell
But
one.
you're taking more risk taking on 7
No,
Teslas
look,
at once.
let me give it.
You could just do one.
Let me give it. Look,
and sell that one.
Now you're not thinking like a business. You're just thinking like
Okay.
a person. Oh, I'm a person. I'm just gonna have
But
one Tesla.
But I am a person.
Yeah,
I am a
yeah,
person.
and that's why you're thinking like one. You need to think like a
Yeah.
business. Put your
Why
head,
do I need to
put-
think like a
put on your
business?
business head, okay? Put
Sure.
on your blueberry face and think
Okay.
about this the way
If
it's
you have
supposed
7
to
Teslas, then you have to park them. You have to have them somewhere. Like you're just gonna have them on. Can you?
Look,
Your
look,
neighbor is gonna be
if-
okay with you having 7 Teslas on the
be.
street?
What? Parking on a public street? Look, put on your business
Yeah.
face for a second and just
Okay.
think about this. You get to 7 Tesla. Let's say if you sell one Tesla and for $1, you just made $1,
Yeah.
right? If
Okay.
you sell 7 Teslas, you've just made $7, right?
But don't you have to get insurance on all of them and get like you have to have the title for all of them. You have to do all the paperwork.
No,
Yeah.
listen, paperwork's for
Yeah.
pussies. You know, William Shakespeare said that. Do you remember how William Shakespeare said that? Paperwork is for pussies. So
Which play was that in a play? Or
that was in Twelfth Night.
okay.
Yeah, in Twelfth Night.
I've seen 12th Night. I don't remember.
Yeah,
that,
in Twelfth
but
Night, he was all like, paperwork
must have-
is for pussies.
They must have cut that in the performance because I don't remember that.
It's in the unexpurgated version. So if you haven't seen the unexpurgated version, then you're
Did
missing.
they use a lot of
all the good-
paperwork? Was paperwork like a thing people complained about back then?
There was, I mean, most of Twelfth Night is about paperwork. Like there's a lot of paperwork
Yeah.
in that play.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if you know this. William Shakespeare wrote his plays on paper.
that. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, that
makes
right
sense.
there is paperwork.
Yeah, but I don't think people complained about like having to fill out forms for legal reasons, like too many to be like, oh gosh, all this paperwork.
Oh, you think they just enjoyed all that paperwork back then? You think just because it was in the middle English that they're like, oh, I doth like filling out doth paperwork, doth. You think they said?
Well, what
they said stuff like
paperwork
that?
did they have to fill out?
I had all that
so much?
paperwork to fill out, all that Middle English paperwork, and when you have to fill out paperwork in Middle English, that's exhausting.
All right. I'm sure
doth
it was probably
this
a lot
and doth
simpler.
that.
It was probably like if you bought a property of some kind, you'd be like, hey, here, sign here, and then you have it. I imagine that's what it was like back then.
People back then would sometimes get 7 properties for Christmas.
Okay.
So they could sell them. And let's
what?
Huh, yes.
I'm going to Google. Was there a lot of paperwork
Uh-huh.
in the Middle Ages?
I don't know if that was the Middle Ages.
That wasn't the Middle Ages?
I don't-
With
I don't-
Shakespeare?
I don't think Shakespeare would be called the Middle Ages.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think that's called the. I think he was way past the Middle Ages.
No, he was like the 1400s, right? When's the Middle Ages?
I don't. Listen, you look up. Look up first of all. When were the Middle Ages?
Middle Ages.
It's like 700,
500 to 1500.
Well, come on. Don't get me with your technicalities.
So
So I was right when I
facts?
said I was right when I said 700. I was right on the pocket. When you think Middle Ages, you don't think 1499. No, you don't. No, that's too recent.
It's part of the Middle Ages, Greg.
You don't think that though.
Anyway, was there paperwork in the Middle Ages? There are indeed very many medieval manuscripts written on paper.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
okay.
You see,
That's not the same thing.
Do you
That's
think
not the
that?
same. That's not what I'm saying.
Do you think that when it was New Year's Eve, 1499, and it was about to turn 1500? Do you think people gathered in Times Square to watch the ball drop, and they were like, "Oh my God, Middle Ages are almost over, yay!" And then the ball dropped, and Dick Clark came out, and he's like, "Middle Ages are over, everybody." Do you think
Greg?
Yes.
Actually, no. Shakespeare was 1500 to 1600.
So turns out I was right and you were wrong, as per usual. Mr. Blueberries don't have faces. You are incorrigible.
All right. But Greg, also the ball didn't drop in 1499.
What, you mean just stayed there? They're like, let's just watch the ball not move.
They didn't have one, and also
Why would they gather
didn't
around
know-
in Times Square?
they weren't calling their ages the Middle Ages while it was happening, Greg. It's what historians labeled certain spans of time that happened already.
That is not true. That is not
Okay.
true.
Okay.
Because I know for a fact, because I've seen videos, people used to walk around going like, "Whoa, man, check this out. We're totally in the Middle Ages, dude." And they would say stuff like that. And I've seen videos.
Okay, videos don't exist. That was people now commenting on the Middle Ages. So and probably making some joke about it being the Middle Ages.
You think you know everything.
Well, I don't, clearly, because I was wrong about when Shakespeare was alive. And I'm ashamed of that.
Okay,
'Cause I knew that at one time. I knew that at one time.
Look,
I'm getting old.
I'm starting to get a little upset, and it's not because of you. It's because as I'm talking to you, my sweater has shifted this way. You see how shirt is exposed here, but not as much
Right.
here? It's shifted, and I'm wondering if there's something wrong with my body.
Most people listening to this are not seeing it. So
All right, I'm going to try to fix this again. I'm wondering if my body.
this is a podcast,
just.
right?
It's a what cast?
A podcast.
What does pod stand for? POD? What's that stand for?
I think it's derived from the iPod. Yeah, which it doesn't stand for anything. It's just a pod.
In the case of this podcast, it stands for piece of dung. Piece of dung, because
Greg,
it's not a POS cast. It's not a piece of shit cast. It's a piece of dung cast.
I didn't realize how low you thought of our how low you felt about our podcast.
Well, you know when you go to a party and they hold up that poll and they're like, "How low can you go?" and people are always yelling out, "The Lettuce Podcast."
No, I've never heard. I actually haven't been to any party in a while.
You've never been to a party?
No, I didn't say that.
You should go to a party sometime. They usually have pizza. Sometimes they have cake, ice cream.
I guess I've been to like little kids' birthday parties.
Those are the only parties. What other kind of parties are there?
But we didn't. There was no limbo. So
I'm sorry. You went to a party that didn't have limbo?
Yeah. Most parties I go to don't have limbo.
Whoa. Yeah. Don't just drop a bomb like that and expect us to survive. Hang on. Let's work on this for a second.
Okay.
You're saying most of the parties that you go to do not have a limbo stick and people doing the limbo?
Yes. Most.
Well, what the hell do they do? What is this party that you go to?
It depends on the party, but usually it's like a lot of like standing around and talking.
And
maybe like
badminton. They play a lot of badminton.
If it's an outdoor party, there could be badminton.
All right,
so that's also not. That's definitely not every party either.
You go to badminton parties
where
they don't have limbo.
No. I would say the percentage of parties I go to that have badminton and the percentage of parties I go to that have limbo are similar.
Okay.
Actually, probably limbo a little more than badminton.
Really? Okay. So what do you do? What do you? You hang around? You play Chinese checkers? What do you play? What do you do?
I have gone to a lot of board game parties.
All right, so Chinese checkers. You're hanging out. You're playing Chinese checkers.
No, not Chinese checkers.
With your relatives. It's just relatives, or there's some friends there too.
No, friends.
Okay.
There was a period of time when I lived in Austin that every Saturday I'd meet with a group of people and we'd play board games.
Played Chinese checkers and badminton.
No.
And you bring out the limbo stick. You would bring out the. Come on, you bring out the limbo stick.
Now that I think about it, I've done limbo several more times than badminton in the last 20 years. So I can't remember the last time I played badminton.
You know, there aren't a whole lot of people who are like, "Come on over, let's play some badminton." You know, that doesn't really happen that often. You know, happens about as often as you're like, "Hey, do you want to come over? We're having an impromptu cricket match."
The last time I can remember limbo, I did a video thing that had limbo in it.
Yeah.
In the past couple years, but other than that, at a party was at my wedding.
Oh yeah.
Last time I remember having limbo is where me and my friend Sam tied our ties together and like leaned back.
Whoa.
And people did limbo on the dance floor.
Man, that sounds so romantic. Let me ask you something. Why was I not invited to your wedding? Because I mean, I feel like we're good friends.
Mm-hmm.
And here you are like, oh yeah, my wedding this, my wedding that. But was I invited? No.
I'll tell you why you weren't invited to my wedding.
Why?
I wasn't invited to yours.
And you know what? That's my mistake. And I want to apologize for that.
And yours happened first. So
it did. It happened 18 and a half years ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't know you then, but
not an excuse.
You're right. It's not an excuse. It's still my fault. I should have invited you.
Yeah.
I should have been like, you know what? One of these days, I'm going to know Craig Benjamin. Is it Benjamin? I think it's Benjamin.
Yeah. You think that, yeah.
And I think that it's important that we make sure that he's at the wedding, just because we will probably get that blender that we registered for at Macy's.
Yeah.
And we need that blender.
I was going to buy the blender too.
I know, and no one had bought the blender for us yet. And I'm like, I bet if we invite Craig Benjamin, that he will buy us that blender, and we can put some faceless blueberries in there, make ourselves a smoothie.
Sure.
A faceless smoothie.
I'm telling you though, if you were on mushrooms at the time, that smoothie would have a face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. So
Were you on mushrooms at your wedding, Greg?
Yeah, we did a lot of mushrooms at the wedding. Yeah,
okay.
The wedding was just mushrooms. In fact, it turns out, I looked at the paperwork later, all that paperwork that you have after a wedding, and it turns out I had married the mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kim and I aren't actually legally married, because I am married to a handful of magic mushrooms. I've actually
Charlie's mother is a handful of mushrooms?
That's correct. I've actually never done mushrooms. I haven't really done any drugs except for marijuana gummies. But I haven't done any other drugs. I don't know about you. You've probably done all the drugs. But I mean, knowing you,
I've done a little marijuana. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And I've done mushrooms once, and I also didn't like it.
You didn't care for the mushrooms either? Did you?
Nope.
Were they in some Chinese stir fry or something? Because that's delicious. You get some Chinese stir fry, you throw some mushrooms in there.
No, I liked those mushrooms.
Yeah, that's delicious.
Yeah.
Maybe a little chicken, a little pork or something, some broccoli, some water chestnuts, some oyster sauce. Throw in some soy sauce in there, and some. You want to thicken it up a little bit. You throw in a little bit of cornstarch, thickens the sauce. I'm so glad. Is this a cooking show now? I feel like we've got a cooking show.
Okay, should we cook?
I mean, we don't need to actually cook. We just tell people what to put in their stir fry.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of people listening to this didn't realize that it's cornstarch that makes the sauce a little thicker. You want to thicken up that?
I think a lot of people know that.
But a lot of people, I bet, didn't. I bet a lot of people didn't know.
You could say anything, and some people didn't know what you said. You know.
Well, no, that's not true.
Really? Say something that everyone knows. Everyone.
Say something everyone knows?
Yeah.
Two Guys Talking About Lettuce is the funniest podcast of all time.
You did it. You proved me wrong, Greg. You proved me wrong.
Thanks for listening, everybody. It has been a pleasure hanging out with you as always. I wish you all a very, very happy, healthy, and successful 2023. It's a new year, folks. Let's make the best of it.
I thought you were going to wish them a Merry Christmas. Too late. I thought you were going to do that.
Nope.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for doing it right.
Thank you, Craig. Thank you.
I'm quitting my smartphone this year. Quitting it.
Well, that's weird.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.